Hey everybody, are you just starting on your fellowship journey? Or maybe you've just heard of it recently and you're interested in joining? Well, with every new game comes new items, currencies, and objectives, and I'm here to help you get started and set yourself up for success at all stages of the game. This is my Beginner's Fellowship Guide. Starting off, the first and most important progression system that you'll be introduced to is the star map, or the reward system. At first glance, the star map may look intimidating, but honestly, your biggest concern at the start is just going through the progression of the left side tree, which is going to unlock character abilities, talent rows, and talent points to unlock your full potential. I would highly recommend completing the left side tree via quick play. That way you can acquire a lot of important currencies that I'm going to cover next. Opening your character panel and clicking on the bag icon on the top right will show you all the currencies that you have available to you, and the most important one at the start are going to be your marks of fellowship and your supplies. To spend your marks of fellowship, you're going to want to make your way to the resources vendor, and there you're going to see 4 different types of boxes you can buy: 1 of common quality, 5 of uncommon quality, 3 rare, and 1 epic. Every time you purchase one of these boxes, it goes on cooldown, and you want to keep it rolling on its cooldown as often as possible. The only thing I would recommend you do not ever purchase from the resources vendor are the supply boxes for 15 marks of fellowship. It is complete bait and a complete waste of your marks. Right next to the resources vendor, you have the equipment vendor, which you can help fill out the last slots that you missed or you may have missed during your quick play adventures going into contender and eventually adept. I definitely wouldn't recommend spending too much time on thinking about trying to buy these, because all of these pieces of gear come at common quality, meaning you can't upgrade them. Later on in the game, when you start chasing your BIS items, you can always check to see the loot table of each dungeon at the bottom of its panel. As you increase in difficulty, more and more currency and materials will drop. The only items excluded from a unique drop table are weapons, relics, and legendaries. But a quick note, legendaries can only drop at champion tier or above. When it comes to upgrading your equipment, I definitely wouldn't recommend doing it early. Your early pieces are super easy to replace, so you won't even have to worry about upgrading any of them. Now, I would start suggesting an upgrade around the champion tier, so that way you can get a bit more stats to help you get through those dungeons. But be very careful not to overcommit on your pieces of gear, because materials become very scarce in the late game. So trust me, it'll save you a huge headache in the late game. Just don't upgrade too early. You'll have to farm a lot to get it back. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into reforging your armor. Just know that I would avoid doing this early on, like, entirely. I would wait until, honestly, eternal level. Now, weapon traits aren't something that you're going to encounter until a little bit later in your progression. And just know that every hero, every build, each goes for their own types of weapon traits. If you want some sort of guidance as to what weapon traits you want for your hero and build, I would highly recommend stopping by fellowsguide.com or Icy Veins, and they have plenty of guides there with recommendations as to what you should be chasing. The question stands of, when should you start progressing through contender to eternal? Starting off, like I said prior, make sure you get every ability and mark of fellowship that you can from quick play. That way you can cap out on all your chests and you're going to have your full kit going into contender. Once you breach into contender and even all the way up to past adept, you can really just breeze through all of those with the gear you're kind of naturally acquiring as you're going through. The only thing I would suggest is going to the equipment vendor once you reach the new bracket, so that way you can just purchase the items you may have missed during your journey. As you progress through the game, you'll start acquiring some gems that you can equip to your gear, and these gems all come with specific bonuses, whether it's a ruby, amethyst, sapphire, etc. In order to receive the bonus from the gem slot, you have to meet the threshold of essence, which you can see each bracket is here. And another thing at the Reforger that you can do is not only combine your gems from small all the way to flawless, but you could even reforge them into a different gem type. Now, once again, that's something that I would not do until you have higher tier gems. And if you made it this far into the video and you found it informative and helpful, I would highly appreciate it if you could drop a sub and leave a like. That way it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And you could even check me out live on Twitch and ask me questions in real time. All right. And that sums up my Beginner's Fellowship Guide. If you have any further questions, like I said, you can visit me on Twitch, or you can leave a comment down below and I will reply to you as promptly as possible. So for now, I have nothing else to say except for y'all, take care, stay sexy, stay hydrated, get some good rest, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.